We're on the grounds of the University of Central Oklahoma in Edmond, and joining me is Bob Nall, the Assistant Vice President of Facilities. Well, Bob, we're excited to have UCO as a new member of the Oklahoma Botanical Garden and Arboreta. Could you tell me a little bit about the recent growth and development of the gardens here at UCO?
First of all, let me welcome you here to UCO. We're glad to have you with us today.
Thank you.
Back in 2006, President Webb asked us to look into turning the campus into a botanical garden. We realized we had to kind of start small and develop it as we go, so we first put together a committee and we developed 8 themed gardens that we planted on campus just to get some things going. And part of that was to prepare for the Oklahoma Centennial. In 2007, we put together a specific little garden area that included a bell that dates way back to the early part of the days of UCO, along with some flags and some garden area as well. We realize we've got a long way to go to become an official certified garden, but we think we've made some fairly significant progress, and the rains this year have made the place really green. We're kind of happy about our progress so far.
It certainly looks wonderful, especially for August here in Oklahoma.
Thank you.
Well, and the grounds include a number of small theme gardens that kind of work together as part of this botanical garden.
Right. We have several different areas. For example, a butterfly garden, a children's sensory garden, some deciduous trees and things of that nature, as well as a small area developed years ago that now has finally matured into what we really call an arboretum area. So with some help of some donors and the work of our ground staff, we've got 8 themed areas and many plans for the future. As I mentioned earlier, over 130 trees will be planted again this fall as well.
That has certainly added a lot of new character to the north end of the campus. We're excited to have you as a new member of OBGA, and you've certainly done a lot to beautify the grounds here. So why don't we go take a look at some of those gardens?
Be glad to.
I'm joined now by Dawn Holt, a faculty member in the computer science department. But Dawn, you also have a very strong plant background, is that correct?
Yes, I do. I was trained in horticulture and hort therapy, and then I have a master's of landscape architecture as well.
And so you're part of the team that's been working to beautify campus.
Yes, I'm a member of the steering committee for the campus landscape.
Excellent. You've certainly done a wonderful job adding all these beautiful pocket gardens to campus.
Thank you. We are very happy with it. This particular garden is a xeriscape garden, and we've tied it into our initiative on the campus for sustainability, which means we've taken a lot of measures to save water, save electricity, and recycle. In fact, this garden doesn't have any irrigation in it, supplemental irrigation. So the plants not only need to just have a design purpose, but also need to be able to survive on their own.
And you mentioned the design. We're in a really hot spot, aren't we?
We are. We have a beautiful breezy day. The temperatures are low today, but normally we're coming off a heat island of parking, paved parking, and this masonry wall behind us also absorbs the west sun and re-radiates it out. So the desert willows and the red yuccas and the sedums are a perfect choice for this.
Absolutely, and they look beautiful as well. And there's one plant in particular, this blue yucca.
Yes.
And that was
they made good use of that.
And it looks fabulous.
You would think the prickly pear cactus would keep the students out, but temporarily we also have put up this additional railing to deter them from getting into it. We're very happy with the way it's turned out.
And as we've looked around on campus, I've noticed you've used this xeriscape style in your other gardens as well, like the butterfly garden.
Yes.
Just going with that low water use thing.
Absolutely, that's the way to go, and it gives us still a lot of opportunity to be both demonstration, educationally, and for the public, our students and the public.
Absolutely. Well, the result is certainly beautiful.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We're happy to have you out here.
Joining us now is Gloria Caddell, Professor of Biology. Well, Gloria, there's certainly a number of beautiful pocket gardens here on campus, and they also serve a wonderful purpose for the professors as well, don't they?
Yes, they do. A lot of the biology professors use the gardens. I use them in my plant biology class. I bring students out and we learn the trees, and then I send them on a scavenger hunt through the gardens looking for different kinds of bark and leaves and leaf arrangements and flowers and fruits. And then I teach a plant taxonomy class, and one of my goals is to continue to increase the number of plant families we have represented on campus, because one of the goals of that class is to make students aware of the characteristics of different plant families. And then occasionally I teach a pollination class, and the students come out and learn how to observe insect visitation to different flowers. The entomology professors send their students out to look at different assemblages of insects, visiting different groups of flowers. And another class that uses the gardens is the GIS class. What they do is they use it to teach the students how to map trees. And we hope that eventually the gardens will also be mapped by some of those students and professors.
It's certainly a wonderful resource for everybody here on campus.
It is. The students really enjoy it, and we've labeled most of the plants on campus, and so my students come to me also, and they talk about how they notice them, you know, as they walk across campus, and that it's a good way for them to learn the names also.
It certainly is. It's a living laboratory for all of you right
It
here.
is a living lab, yes.
Well, we've certainly enjoyed our visit here. Thank you so much for having us out. We appreciate everybody who's hosted us here at the UCO.
Thank you so much.